Good morning, everyone out there. I am Corinne Braxton, and I am coming to you live from Boca Grande, Florida. Let me just check and see if if I can find myself on my iPad. Let's see here. Takes a little bit of time to get this all synced up. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, good, good. There we are. Okay. Oh, good. I see a heart. I mean, someone's here. We're in the right place. Again, I am Corinne Braxton, and I'm coming to you live from Boca Grande, Florida. It's a beautiful sunny day here. It's about 60 degrees and very little wind. Oh, good morning, Linda. Good to see you this morning. How are things in Montana? Yeah, let us know where you're from. You're in Mexico, Cindy. Oh, Pam, good to see so many of you popping on. Oh, Kathy, good morning. You all found me quickly today. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. We've had so much cold weather and cool days and rainy, but today is gorgeous. And we just came back, my husband Terry and I, and our friend Ann Bowman, she's been visiting us, and we've known each other since we were in college, so that's really fun. Really fun for more than 50 years. We've known each other more than 50 years. It's hard to imagine, isn't it? Anyway, we just had brunch outside, sitting outside. It was the first time we could sit outside in a long time. Good morning, Carla from Wisconsin and Julie from Iowa. Great to see so many of you today. Last week we had so much wind. Oh, thanks, Stacy, for sharing. I always appreciate thumbs up, hearts, likes, all those things. Sharing helps me grow my business. Good morning, Paula from Ohio. And yeah, it helps when you share, because then you share to your friends. You can just click on that little share button and send it to your friends or put it on your Facebook, wherever you want to put it. Good morning, Levon from Bozeman. How are things in Montana? How's the weather? My husband, we live in Bozeman, Montana, and but we're here in Florida for 3 months. Good morning, Sharon from Washington State. Anyway, it's so good to see you, and I'm hoping we can have a nice Facebook Live this morning without much wind interrupting. Good morning, Ann. Ann is downstairs at my house here. Lynette thank you very much. Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of pink in I don't have a lot of pink clothes, but we have a little bit of pink in our projects today, so that's why I chose this. Anyway, good. So remember, we have 9 more days, and then celebration ends. So you have 9 more days to take advantage of the greatest sale of the entire year. So anytime you make a purchase of $50, you get to choose one of these items in here. And there's so many wonderful, nothing has run out yet. I think some things will start maybe next week, right at the end. But one item, if you make a $100 purchase, you can choose 2 items, or you can choose one of the higher priced items in the back of the catalog too. And then last week, Stamping Up, well, it really was about 10 days ago, they added a few more celebration items, and there's some really great ones like the Stamp and Write markers and the Memories and More cards and DSP and stamp sets. So all of these things are with either a $100 purchase, like the markers or the Dragonfly Punch, or a $50 purchase. So I stock up on white paper, white cardstock, black cardstock, lots of envelopes, lots of adhesives. The stamping seal adhesive, the refills they're not on back order yet, but they're on low inventory. They've been that way for a few days. So I would not, if you need adhesive, I would get it now. So we have I just had a special offer for Valentine's Day. That's finished, and any orders will get a package from me with all kinds of cards and papers and all that. Next week I will have another special for ordering special. Again, thumbs up, share, like, all those things really help. Today we're going to be working with 2 stamps. We're going to do a pleated card. I'll show you what I did a few months ago, back when it was Halloween. I did one of these cards like this. Do you see that? That's a pleated inside. Very easy, very fun. It's a nice fun fold. Here's another one from Halloween with that paper that we had. I know it's all backwards, but here it is with white for the inside today. Anyway, we're gonna do the same thing today with 2 different stamps. So I'm gonna set that aside and we're gonna turn our camera down. Good morning, Mary Ellen from Montana. Good to see you this morning. Remember, if you haven't subscribed, if you're watching on Facebook, you can subscribe so you're always notified. If you're on later, if you're watching on YouTube, you can ring that bell and that way you'll always be notified also. And I will have all directions they're already typed up, and all I have to do after this video is finished, I just load them onto my site and then you'll have them probably about 5 minutes. On YouTube, it takes me about an hour or so. Okay, let's turn the camera down. We're going to start these 2 fun projects. Here we go. Close your eyes if you get dizzy. This week I have I'm going to try to get that zoomed in a little bit. I know you can sort of always have things showing. I have a class. It's for this. It's called Everyday Details, and there are going to be 6 projects, and you can still order this class, and you get a half a package of designer paper like this with all of this paper. It's 6 inches by 11. You get this is Poetic expressions paper, and we're going to be making 4 cards, the one that we're doing today, plus these projects. This is a gift box. This is a little treat box. So 6 projects, and the cost is you get the designer paper and you get gems to go with it, and everything is cut except for the designer paper, which you do yourself, and you use your own stamps. You can, and this is Everyday Details. So that is a great set. You can see all these new, we're using the dies. If you haven't gotten this, you don't have to even get the whole bundle, but I love the bundle, but you can just get the dies by themselves too. They're just really terrific. I think they'll be in the catalog, the new catalog, when it comes out in May too. I don't know. We never know those things. But, okay, so today we're going to be using Everyday Details. This is the stamp. This is the bundle. This beautiful set of etchings and nice sayings, and these are the dies, and they're all nested, so they're just pretty neat. Here we go. And the 2 papers that we're using the Poetic expressions. This is in our mini catalog. We're going to be using these 2 papers with the Lost Lagoon. Just beautiful paper. And we're going to be using that one too. And then we're going to be using the birds, because we're going to do a little bird card. We're going to punch out some of these birds. This is the free paper from Celebration. You can see that. I just love these papers. They've been very popular. They did sell out for a little while, and then they came back. So they're all in stock now. So that's what's available for this. And I'm going to show you what we're going to be making. So these are this is the bundle. I'll have those numbers for you later on. When I show you the directions. This is the card we're making today, and this is the largest circle, and I'm stamping the bird's nest, and this is the inside. So you can see that, and it's so cool when it stands up and someone opens it. It's a birthday card. I covered an envelope to go with it also. Okay, let's start this. If you would like to, you can always take screenshots. We're going to be using the embellishments that are free. They're called opaque faceted gems. That's from the Celebration. We're going to be using those today. And let's see what's here. Let me get my bits and pieces out. You're going to have to help me make some decisions on a few things. So let's see what's here. Okay, I'm just trying to find my big circle. Maybe it's in here. So there it is. Yep. Okay, so we're going to start. Some parts there, and we'll just move all these. Got this small space here. Got an envelope to cover, and we're going to start with a base, a thick base. I always use the thick the thick white went for card bases, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. It's like this. It's going to be a horizontal card. Actually, this method with this pleated thing in the middle and the inside, it sort of works the best for horizontal cards. I'm going to show you a vertical card also, but we're going to do this one first. So we're going to take that away and we're going to bring in our designer paper. This is the Poetic paper and it's 4 inches by 5 1/4. Just going to adhere that with our seal. Again, remember that's this, not the case, but the inside part is on low inventory. If anyone would like some more of that, I love to stock up on things like that during celebration. Okay, and then we're going to have our, let me bring in my silicone mat here. I'm bringing in a white band and 5 1/4 by 2 inches. And then this band, the decorative paper, this is the Lost Lagoon Diamonds. This is 1 3/4 by 5. And you can take a screenshot if you want, or if you're crafting along, you could do that now. Or you can wait until I post those at the end. So I'm going to just put this on like that. This is really a super easy card. Just going to line up my edges. So leaving a little bit, there's just a little bit of a, I can see a little bit hanging over, so cut it off. Always cut from the back. You get a straighter edge that way. Okay, and so I'm going to just put some adhesive on this like that. And now I'm going to line this up. Remember, right now during celebration too, we have a fabulous ordering special, joining special. Next month is March is my anniversary. Celebration used to go 3 months until, and I joined during celebration almost 12 years ago. So it's a super special going on right now. Then the inside of our card is going to be, it's just plain right now, and we're going to add a inside. Now I've cut several, and I want you to tell me what we should use. So I cut one that looks like this, and I cut one that it's the birds. It would be like this. It would go on the inside, so it would go like that. It's a little busy, or we could use this side also. I cut one, I don't think that's the right. This one, I really like this one for the inside, but the orientation is going the wrong way. I should have cut it. The birds would be sideways. We're not going to use that one for sure. What do you think? Do you think the busy pattern with the birds or the little small dotted pattern? Which one do you think? You let me know. You sort of vote and tell me while we are, I'm going to set that aside. We're going to do some stamping. So let's bring in our stamps. Reach over here and grab my little box of stamping things. We're going to stamp in some Early Espresso and some Peacock. So those are the 2 things I'm going to be using. And I am using, the birthday stamp that I'm using is once again I'm using that Happy Birthday in the Artistically Inked. And this is in our annual catalog. I love that thing. I love the Happy Birthday. It's one of my go-tos. Anyway, that's what we're using for because this card is going to be a birthday card. So we're going to stamp with, these are red rubber stamps, like this. So this card that I'm doing right now is going to be one of the cards that's going to be in my class this week. So it's red rubber, so we don't need to use our piercing mat like we will in the next card. So I'm going to just open up my ink and we're going to stamp. Now, if you join right now, you can get the glass mat. I don't have it here. I have my glass mat in Montana, and I really have missed not having it here. But it's quite heavy, and it's quite large, and I did not bring it with me because I was flying out here, and I had to ship a lot of things the way it was, but I certainly couldn't ship that. Anyway, I enjoyed it a lot. So that's a gift right now during celebration. Or you can choose extra money, extra dollar products in your starter kit. Okay, there's that. That's for the inside. And then on the outside, On the inside, we're going to be stamping with our peacock, and it's going to be a birthday card. I always need lots of birthday cards, so we're going to make another one. We use our peacock ink for this, and let me see what's here. We're going to use wishing you so much joy on your special day. Let me just see what's here. Maybe I can zoom in a little bit more. There we go. There we go. And give that a nice clean on my chamois. Okay. I sort of neglected you with the comments. I can't. It's hard for me to keep talking and to look at the computer screen. The dotted. Janet says birds. Diane says birds. Small dots. Carla, the birds. Anne, the birds. Cynthia, hello. Oh, hey, Phyllis, good to see you this morning. Leslie. Oh, nice to see you all. Okay, let's see. The white band at the bottom of my card is going to be 1 3/4 by 4 3/4. That's for the sentiment. We're going to just put that over here. I'm going to stamp that happy birthday. Again, the happy birthday is from Artistically Inked. There we go. And that's all the stamping we have to do. And that's it. I'm going to clean that a little bit. Get that ink off of it. Okay. So let's see what's now. I don't know how many people. Let's see. What's pattern. I don't know how the birds. Okay. Let's see. Dotted. Can someone count up how many people want dots and how many people want birds? Someone do that for me and see if we can figure that out. Okay. And now while we're doing that, I'm going to color the, just very quickly, I'm going to take my blends and I'm going to color the bird nest. I've used the brown ink, and I want to take just going to use a little bit of my light crumb cake. I'm using light colors. I'm just going to really quickly just sort of go through. I'm going to leave a little bit of white space because we want our nest to be sort of airy looking, like that. Just want to keep it, the inside will be darker. There we go. That looks fine. We're going to do a little bit of light old olive on our leaves. They're tiny leaves, so we can do those. Put my reading glasses on so I can see those because they are small. I'm just going to sort of make a little flick, give it a little bit of color. I don't want it to be dark. I don't want it to be I want it to be light and airy. So there we go. There's just a hint of green. And now the focus of this is our pool party. And I've got dark and light pool party. I'm going to just sort of put these hashtags that Stampin' Up! Artists have given us. I'm going to sort of outline in the darker color. Mark the hashtags right there. Anytime I just sort of outline with the dark. And now I'm going to come in and fill it in with the light. Just make little circles like that. That'll all blend. These are alcohol. So here we have it. There we have it. Then they'll blend a little bit more. And I think that pool party looks great with this Lost Lagoon. I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle to my eggs. These eggs. There we have that. With the Wink of Stella. Wink of Stella is on back order. I don't know. We still don't have a date for that. I don't know. It's the strangest thing. I've never seen it out of stock for so long, but it'll come back. Okay. Let's see. What are you all saying? Pennsylvania, Linda. Good to see you. I can't see all the comments, or I would happily do it for you. Let's see. Pattern, birds, dots. Dots, birds, dots, birds, 4 birds. Oh goodness, I don't know. Louisiana and Denver, Janet, good to see you. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, I don't know. Let's see once. Let's see what we're going to use. So this is what it's going to look like on the inside. That one would be like that, and this one would go like this. We could try it. And then we're going to put, I've punched out some circles out of the shimmer paper. We have shimmery peacock. Let me see, where do I have that? It's on the online exclusives. You have to, Stampin' Up! Has all these fabulous online, there are no catalogs, there's no printed handout, but here's the pink and purple, the grape, and this is the peacock, and I use this to punch out the circles. Anyway, that is available. You can look on stampinup.com, and then you'll see that. So these are going to be the, and then we're going to have some birds. So you keep commenting, which one do you want? I'm going to show you how I'm punching out these birds. And you can use any punches that you'd like. I am using the 1 3/4, and this one is 1 1/2. We have some that are online. So I took the piece of the Flight and Airy, and I just took these and punched them out like this with that 1 1/2. You have to sort of cut, like, so here I am punching out the birds. Well, it's not going to work, so, and then you'll need to, so I can't get that full bird unless I cut it, like, I get a little bit closer, like this, and now I can get in there and get that bird. Okay? You can do any birds that you'd like. Obviously, there's so many in this whole thing. Let's just go ahead, and you're still voting whether you want the little dotted or the birds. And let's see what's here. I'm going to just set that aside. Here's my host code, if you can see that or not. And I'm going to adhere these. I'm going to use my stamping seal. That's my very strongest adhesive, because the glitter paper just tends to be a little bit, the glitter does not shed, but it is a little bit harder to get things to adhere. So I like to use my very strongest adhere, and that's the dark one. And then this is the 2-inch punch. Look at this, is the Everyday Detail. Isn't that just the prettiest little round stitch? You can actually take some yarn or twine, thread. You can stitch with a needle. Those of you who, you'd want to use a large needle, but anyway, I mean like a darning type needle or something like that. Okay, we're going to put these on. The birds go on here like this. You could also put labels of words. We're going to just use the birds because I just thought that would be appropriate with the bird's nest, the eggs. Okay, and we've got one more right there. Let's see what else we have here. I think we'll do this one. I like that one just a little bit better. There we go. So we've got 3 birds all mounted, like that. Okay, and I move this aside. Now, I'm going to show you something. You can help me make a decision. Let's get our card again from the beginning, and we're going to put this one is going to be popped up. So you're still voting. Now, let's look at this first. So do you want to have the dotted one on the inside like this, and the birds will be attached like that? Or do you want to have the paper with the birds? It might be a little bit busy, but we can give it a try. What do you think? We'll try it. Very pretty. Okay, thank you. Let's see what else we're commenting on. Pattern. Let's see, Linda. It's birds, good afternoon. Oh, it's Linda Harco from Pennsylvania. I don't know. I think it's pretty even. Okay, we can give it a, let's try the birds just because we can. We can do either one. I can always make a second card, not right here, but so when you're doing this, I can tell you what the dimensions were. Let me see what let me show you. Oh my goodness, let's see, where did I put the dimensions? Well, I'll tell you what, I know them by heart, but it is 5 1/8 by 10 inches. Okay, 5 1/8 by 10 inches. And what you do Well, I'm going to show it to you on a different sheet of paper. Bring in your scoring board, and this is not what we're using, but this is for the next card. So this one is 5 1/4, but the other one's supposed to be 5 1/8 by 10 inches. And then you're just going to score it at 2, 4, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There are only 4 of these markers that come, and most of the time that's plenty. But this time, you don't even need to use them if you don't want to. And then we're going to fold up. You're just going to accordion fold like this, back and forth, like that. Okay? Let's put that right there. And so you add, oh, here it is, right there, 5 1/8 by 10, and you scored it 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Alrighty, that'll go right there if you want to take a screenshot. Oh, and there we have it. So what you're going to do, we're going to put one side down at a time. So I'm going to put adhesive right here. Okay, make sure we have the front of our card. There's the front of our card. I'm going to add this. And I'm just going to make sure I have a 1/4 inch border all the way around, like that. You don't want to put adhesive on there and do it at the same time. Now I'm going to keep it folded up like this. Put more adhesive on it. And now, you would think the best thing would be to close it. And that's what I do on most things. But on this, it's a little, I think it's just a little better to open it up and do one at a time. And then, there we go. I've got it down a 1/4 inch all the way around. And there's our little pleated card. Isn't that neat? And now all we have to do is add our circles and give it a good, you need to make sure this is all bone folded very, very, very well. Because it's a little bit of a bulky card. You want to definitely use more postage. And let's see, we're going to put our happy birthday at the bottom. Like this. And we're going to put our words, our birthday sentiment, wishing you much joy. I want to keep it away from that crease. So I'm going to keep these all down flat. There's no dimensionals in the inside. I'm going to put that right here, up here, so that it's close to the top. And now we're going to add our birds. And we've got one bird there, we've got one that's sort of in the middle, and then one that's looking. I like to have the birds looking toward the middle. I don't like to have things going off the edges. So I'm going to just put these, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put adhesive on the bottom side. How many of you are crafting along with me today? Any of you doing that? I'm going to put the top one on next. That way I can sort of keep the middle one balanced. I'm going to put this one right about there, I think. And then we're going to put our last one right in the middle of those. Just putting adhesive on the bottom. There we go. I'm just going to give them a press with my, like this, squeeze like that. And there is the inside of our card. We're going to put our bird's nest on the outside. I'm going to add my dimensional, these are my dimensional sheets that I actually cut. Let's see if that one's going to be, that's just a little bit too big. I've got a whole dish here. I love these. I really like these a lot. I'm going to just cut that like that. Instead of using, I would probably use 6 or 7 little dimensionals. So I like these big ones on a big piece especially. Just going to peel that off and easily do that. And now we're going to put this on. I'm going to put it right here, there, on the sort of off to the side a little bit. I'm going to add some of these free opaque dots. These are the pool party. Let's see one's here. There's Calypso Coral, Pool Party, and we could even do the Pebble, the Pecan Pie. That's the brown in here. But I still think I'm going to use the Pool Party. I just really like those a lot. And we're going to add those, we're going to put them right down here. I'm going to add them in a little semicircle. I'm going to add up, do whatever you want, of course. There we go. And there is our card all finished. Let's see, once there you have it. And there is our, oops, got a little sticky, little bit of, I'm gonna take my little bit of eraser, my glue eraser. You know, these, you can get these on Amazon, they're like $4. Get some of that adhesive off so it doesn't stick, but you get the gist of that. I can rub it off with my fingers and it'll be just fine. But there's the inside of a card. I really like it with the bird pattern. And here's the other one. Very nice, don't you think? And 2 birthday cards, all complete. And here is the envelope to send those. Or here's another envelope that I made with that bird pattern. So all of these measurements will be below the video or above the video, whichever, I'm not sure. And they will be available after I finish today. Okay, we're going to set those. Oops, things are sliding to the floor. And let's see if we can get this all gathered together. We're going to do another card now, just like it. This time we're going to be using the Magnolia Mood. This is an online exclusive. It's beautiful, just beautiful. Right now, demonstrators can buy this. It's one of the greatest advantages of being a demonstrator is getting to pre-order. This will be available, this and the coffee, the latte set, and the zinnia set. All of those online exclusives will be available March 5th to all customers. But if you'd like to have these sets now, you can join by buying the starter kit. You'd be on my team. I'd love to have you. And you get to add these to your starter kit, plus you get the glass mat, or you get the additional, you would get $155 worth of products for $99. So it's a great set, beautiful sketching, I think, and you will see that called Magnolia Mood, and we're going to change it up. I did use on the first card, I used the thank you, and because of the orientation of this card, we're going to change it. This time I'm going to make it another birthday card, and use a smaller birthday from Hooray for Surprises. Okay? Oh, excuse me. Oh, goodness sakes. Okay, here is our card. This one is going to be an orientation, a vertical orientation. And this is the card that I made. This is the pink. Actually, I think this pink is a little bit more like bubble gum. This one is called Petal Pink. So, and then this is the inside of the card. We're going to be doing some stamping with a beautiful magnolia. Oh my goodness. I've not known too many people that had magnolia trees. We used to live in Missouri, and I had a friend, Shelley, who had a gorgeous magnolia tree in her yard. Sometimes it would do okay and bloom if it didn't, if the winter wasn't too cold. But most of the time you find magnolia trees in the deep south. Missouri's a little bit on the borderline. Okay, this is going to be Pebble Path is the color we're using today for that. Quite honestly, this card would have been better in a horizontal orientation. However, I wanted to show you both horizontal and vertical. It works just fine too. Either way, the paper we're using on this card is another free paper. It's called Softly Stippled. It is beautiful. We're using this one. We're using that one with the roses. That's so pretty. These are really nice. I've used these quite a bit. Love that one. I really like it's just a beautiful set, and we're using this too. So Softly Stippled is one that you can get free with the $50 order. So, okay, let me put that over there out of my way. We're going to start with our Pebble Path, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Our Petal Pink, I was really off on my paints this morning, but I really don't have much in my closet here. In my closet in Montana, I have a lot more of variety of clothes, so in colors. I try to coordinate a little bit, and then we have so this is a 1/4 inch down from that. This one is going to be 3 3/4 by 5. It's going to go on there like that. And so that's a 1/4 inch smaller too. And then we're going to have another little overlay. Okay, we're going to put these on. Okay, just like that. This, I think this petal pink is a good sort of a neutral color almost. Now we're going to add this to the front of our card. Just like that. There we have our front. And then we're going to add this middle piece. It's Calypso Coral on the back. It's very pretty, but we're going to use this. I like that neutral. 3 3/4 by 3 1/4. And that's going to be our middle. It's just going to sort of hold our, it's going to hold our little focal point. So, let's see, I know you can't really see those very well, but they will be in all the details later. Okay. And here we go with this. We're just going to put this on 3 3/4. Oops. Get right to the edge. There we go. Nice and straight. And it's just pretty the way it is. And then we have our inside piece that we scored before. I'm just going to finish doing that. We're going to keep accordion folding it like this. There we go. And we're going to get our our bone folder. Where did I put my bone folder? I just had it, and now I don't see it anywhere, anyplace. Here's another one. I probably have 4 or 5 bone folders, because you know how it is. Things get lost. And I have this is my sitting station, and then I have a standing station where I stand next to the counter. And I have 2 sets of tools there too. So, but give this a good crease, and like that. There we go. And then we're going to attach. This is all going to, now this is going to be a vertical card. Again, I'm going to just add my adhesive on one side first. And then there we go on the inside. You've got 1/4 inch right there. You want to leave all of this sort of accordion style. Now I'm going to put my adhesive. Pretty too. It's a very pretty, almost like a jungle scene. And we're going to put this. I like this. It looks like a paintbrush. So, whoops. See, we want to get it nice and straight if we can. There we go. And there we have it. And now it's going to open like this. The tricky part of this is making something that is with the vertical orientation, is because it will stick out. If it was this way, it would be just a little bit better, probably. What I meant to do was do some stamping first, but we didn't. So we're going to do that right now. And we're going to bring in our pieces. Little pieces. We got some stamps and some little... What else do I have in my envelope? Here we go. We've got a couple of these, and we've got some words. And we're going to bring in our piercing mat. So the piercing mat comes like this. It's a big, I don't know what size that is, but it's a good size mat. I just cut it in half, and I like to, when I teach classes in person, I like to have one of these on every table spot. Okay, the first one is going to have a nice big magnolia. So let me bring in my stamps and my ink. We are using the Petal Pink and Petal Path, and we're going to use the ribbon that is called Silver and White. It's just one of my favorites. It carried over from our last catalog. So let me see what's here. Get these things out of my way. Open up our This Pebble Path is one of the nicest colors. It's a brand new color this year. I love it. And it's a big stamp, so we're going to, this is a red rubber one. We don't really need we don't need the piercing mat yet. When we get to the polymer stamps, photopolymer, then we'll use the piercing mat. Okay, we're going to use our ink upside down. Anytime you have a big stamp, you want to use, it's just easier. You get better coverage by stamping it upside down. Okay, and I am actually going to put my little grid paper there because I don't want to get my desktop messed up. Okay, there we go. How many of you have magnolia trees in your city or your town? You might not have one yourself, but how many of you have those? They're so beautiful. Several of you on here I know live in the South. Yes. Okay, let's see. Oh, it is a beautiful bundle, Stacy. And yes, thank you for sharing. I sure appreciate the hearts and the shares and all those things. Hey, Ann. Yes, it's been really fun having visitors. Yeah, we had some friends from Missouri last week. We had some people from Naples, and and then Ann's been here. It's been really busy, but it's been really fun. Okay, I'm gonna put a little. This is like a bud of a magnolia right there. And let's see, we're going to do a small bloom right there. Okay, and that's it. I guess we're going to use that ink and I'm going to let that dry for just a second. And we need to do our words. Oh, that's what I forgot. We're going to keep that pebble open, and we're going to do some words first, and then we're going to just add a hint of color to those. Okay, now we're going to bring in our piercing mat because we're going to use the photopolymer, and that is from that Hooray for Surprises. Anytime we have a photopolymer stamp, we want to use a cushion, because these clear stamps do not have a cushion on them. Whereas these cling stamps, the red rubber, they have a built-in cushion. So it does not need that. You're simply amazing. And then the birthday part of it is we're gonna stamp that. I hope it fits. Don't know. Haven't used it. So I'm hoping I think it's gonna fit right there. And hope your birthday is wonderful. It's a nice sentiment. That's really it's a great set. I have this class is coming up, the class using Hooray for Surprises. It's part of my birthday series, and that is going to be coming up in March. I think it's the middle, I don't know the date, it's the middle of March. Okay, so now we're going to take these away and we're going to do some coloring. This one we're going to slant, I think we'll just slant these edges like this. We'll give it a little snip. I need to clean my scissors. They're getting a little sticky. You can clean them with alcohol or Undo or something like that, or Goo Gone. I need to do it. I haven't done that this is going to go over that like that. And now we're going to just do a little bit of, a little touch of ink. We could color these in with our blends and everything, but we're not. We're just going to use our little blending brush, and I just want to give it just a little hint of color. So normally we just get most of it off on our grid paper. Do you see how I'm just coloring that a little bit? Add a little bit more ink, rub it off there, and then just touch it. This is just a really quick and subtle way of adding a little color without spending too much time. There, I think that's enough. And this one, let's see if we can do the same thing. Probably deeper color at the bottom, like that. And there we have it, and that's all we need. I love these blending brushes. They come in sets of 3. This is a small one. There are the medium ones also. And sometimes like last week in my toolkit class, the trusty tools, people got a stamping brush, a foam brush also. Okay, now we're going to put our card together. This one's going to go up like that, and we're going to put some more dimensional sheets on this one. So I think we'll just give it a cut like this, and that should do it. Do you see how these other little dimensionals, these small dimensionals are so, I would have to use a lot of them, and it just, you know, it's much faster to use to cut the bigger ones. But you do whatever you like to do. That's just one of my preferences. I just keep a whole dish, little plastic dish right there. And somehow it's very therapeutic to just cut up these squares or rectangles. Okay, we're gonna just put that on there like that. And we're gonna do You're Simply Amazing. We're gonna add that with some, we're gonna add some little dimensionals to this. I'm gonna take a couple of these. About 3 of them, like that. There we go. And my Take Your Pick tool, you can use your fingernails, or you can use I like to use my Take Your Pick tool. You do whatever you like. And then we'll put it on like this. You're Simply Amazing. And then the inside, we're gonna add some of that ribbon too. And we'll do that right away. I think we're gonna use that with some, I tied this already, and we're going to add it with some glue dots. And just gonna press that on there. And I'm actually going to use 2 of them. I like to use two of those quite often when I'm adding a bow. I'm gonna press it on pretty hard, and it should stay pretty well. And hope your birthday is wonderful. And then we're going to add a couple of these. You could actually have added another 3 things, but I think we'll just do 2. We're going to do the bud up here and this flower. One thing we have to be careful of is when you close it, do you see how you don't want it to stick out like that? And that's what's a little bit harder about a vertical orientation. So we're going to just try to keep it so that it's going to close. It doesn't exceed that space. Okay. There we go. And these cards are so fun. I think you will enjoy it. I hope you'll try it. Oh my goodness, it's fun, fun, fun. And not hard one bit. After you make one, you'll want to make another one, I think. And we're going to just put that one down here and close it. And there we have our card, just like that. You can add some gems. This time we're going to use the gems that are called, these are the petal pink. And I actually was thinking about using the bubble gum, but the petal pink dots didn't look very good with bubble gum. So this is Pretty Peacock, and it's called Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock foiled gems. They have little flecks of gold in them. And so we're going to just add a couple of those. We're going to put one right down there. And we're going to do another big one up here on the top, and then a smaller one next to it. So I like to use 3 or 5. Whoops, that one's sort of falling off my putty. The putty is, there we go. And our card is all finished. Let's see once. And there we have it. You are simply amazing. Hope you have your birthday is wonderful. On this one, I did the thank you that came in the set, and I fussy cut around it. And then it wouldn't fit here, so for being you, thank you for being you. I think it worked out really nicely, but it takes a little bit of extra time, so I changed it up. So anyway, there you have it. And that's it. Here's our host code for this ordering of February. So if you are ordering, please use my host code. If you are not on my mailing list, please send me a message, or a private message me, or send me a text or anything like that, and let me know that you would like to be added to my email list. And this Saturday, I hope to do a small stamping class, and I love to stamp. Let's close our eyes and we'll flip the camera. And I hope to have, I'm going to do some stamping, and then I'm going to do a little project, but then we are going to have a little question and answer about if you should join Stampin' Up or not. What are the benefits? What are the are there any benefits or any disadvantages? There aren't any disadvantages. You can't lose. It's a great deal always. If you like to stamp, I bet you like to save money. Thank you so much for the hearts and the thumbs up. I appreciate all of that. Let me see these comments. Oh, I can't keep up with all of them. I thank you for commenting. I do go back. Thank you, Jan. It's so nice to see you. Kathy said, can you come and do your class in Bozeman? Well, Kathy, you're going to have to wait another month, but I'll be back in April. So thank you so much. I know these cards are very fun, and they're really easy to do. So I hope that you will think about doing this. All the directions will be underneath the video, or they're on YouTube, it's under the words more. So you have to click on more, and then it expands to the directions. So if you would like the class for this week, whoops, where did I put those cards? Here they are. So this week's class has 6 cards. It's called Everyday Details. You get a box. You do need to have the Everyday Details stamps. I have done all the die cutting for you. This is one of the cards. Here's another card. Here's another one. Everything is done for you. You get your paper and you get your gems and ribbons and everything, and you just need to do your own stamping with your ink. And oh, here's the other project, these little pillow boxes that we have in our catalog right now. If you would like to take that class, let me know. Send me a message, text me, call me, any of those things. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining today, and I'll see you next week, Tuesday. That'll be the end of February. And don't forget, we have 9 more days of celebration. Don't delay. Be sure you stock up now. Stampin' Up! Never has a sale this great for the entire year. This is the only stamp celebration we have for the year, January and February. So anything that you use a lot of, I would get it now. Or you can get some of the brand new bundles that I showed you today. So, okay, thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you joining in. Thanks for the hearts, the shares, all those things. And I will look forward to reading your comments tonight. Thank you. See you next week. Bye.